I have to say, we got so much positive feedback on our morning routine video that we just had to come out with the counterpart, the evening routine video. Now, if you haven't seen our morning routine video, I've got it linked for you down below. You can go check it out. But in this video, I want to walk you through what an evening routine, a sample evening routine could look like, what I do at night. And here's the key. It is not complicated. The more complicated, the more tasks, the more overwhelmed you're going to get, the less likely it is that you're going to do it. So in this video, I'm showing you how I keep it simple and how I get things done at night before closing down for the evening. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. And a quick reminder that over at cleanmyspace.com, our fabulous website, we have a variety of ebooks and online courses that you can pick up and enjoy and learn from. Like with our morning routine, I want to pick the most logical starting point for an evening routine to kick off. And in my mind, that point begins after dinner, because that's when a big mess is made and the real cleaning that needs to happen on a daily basis kicks in. So the first thing that comes to mind for me is dishes. So job number one is scraping those dishes, loading up that dishwasher, putting in a dishwasher tab. And in our house, what we'll do is we'll pre-program the dishwasher to run after 8 p.m. So we can delay our start by 1 hour, 2 hours, up to 8 hours. We can also do it using an app on our phone. And what we'll do is find that after 8 p.m. sweet spot. That's when energy costs decrease by 50% in our area, so it's a great time to run the dishwasher. And actually, we mentioned this in the morning routine video last time, and so many people were commenting about how uncomfortable they were about running their dishwasher overnight or when they're not in the house. So I'd love to know in the comments how you feel about this, if you would run it or you are not taking that risk. This also means that pots and pans need to be cleaned. This is not the time to have a soak fest. What I recommend is while you're sitting down to eat dinner, that's when you would want to pre-treat your pots and pans so that at the end point of dinner, the person who is cleaning up has a much easier time and doesn't have to wait for all that pre-soaking and pre-treating to take place. Now, a couple of things you can do. You can add some water and dish soap to a pot, a casserole dish, a pan, whatever you have been using. Kind of let that sit and soak. You can also throw in a bit of baking soda. Another product I really like for this is Dawn Power Wash. It just eats through all the crap and it makes your job so much easier. So we like things to be easy. Those are some things you can do. Then you want to dry them and put them away. Don't leave things stacked out on your counter to deal with later on. Now you're not done just yet. You want to do a quick assessment of the surfaces in the kitchen. That would be the appliances as well as your countertops and your kitchen table, and give those a quick wipe down. What I do is I take my all-purpose cleaner, 2 cups of water, a half teaspoon of dish soap, shake that up, spray it all over the surfaces, do a couple of other things so that the product can kind of sit and loosen up any gunk that's sitting on the counter or the surface. And then I will just wipe it down with a Maker's Clean microfiber cloth. I throw everything on the floor because of course I will be dealing with that momentarily. And then that way the surfaces all have that nice, shiny finish to them. This would also be the time where you're going to do a quick garbage, compost, and recycling assessment. Does that need to be emptied, taken out, and swapped out? This would be the time to do that. You don't want to have to think about it at any other point during the day. And of course, if you leave this stuff sitting for too long, your kitchen starts to become stinky and unpleasant. This takes just a couple minutes, if that, to do, and goes a long way in keeping your kitchen a clean and organized place. As much as I'd like to think I can get away without doing this job, truthfully, when I leave it undone, it builds up and feels nasty, and that is vacuuming the floor. So normally at the end of a meal, because we have a young child and a cat, the floor has a special little coating on it. And most of the time it doesn't need to be mopped. We will just do a dry clean, so a vacuum. But the whole job takes under 3 minutes to do. We use our Dyson cordless vac. It just is quick, it's easy, it's efficient, and the floor is always in a state of relative cleanliness. I will say we don't mop the floor very often. We're more spot cleaners, but when that's necessary, that's usually something that happens on a weekend. Now, one part of an evening routine you can add in that really is an act of kindness toward yourself for the next day is to set yourself up for anything that you will need or family members might need who are in your care, so that the morning is not rushed and stressful. I like to do this in a couple of different ways. First of all, for my daughter, I will pull out any necessary gear that's needed just so that it's not like a mad dash to find it the next day. We also make sure her bag is packed with whatever it needs, change of clothes, her communication folder, library book, that her lunch and water are ready to go. That also gets prepped during dinner as well, actually. And then for me, if there's going to be weather and I'm leaving the house tomorrow, hey, there's always weather. I'm talking about inclement weather, like what we're seeing outside right now. If there's weather that I need to be wary of, I will sort of prep those items or make sure that I have them. So again, I'm not behind the 8 ball in the morning. And if I'm doing something like a TV segment, I will always pull my outfit the night before, put it in a garment bag, and that way it's ready to go the next morning. So again, I'm not trying to figure that out. And what this does is it eliminates one or multiple layers of stress or friction the next morning, so that way it's seamless. In the evening, you're kind of at a point mentally where you can kind of think ahead, and when you're not in that rushed kind of scrambled mindset, things tend to happen more efficiently and in a more focused manner. So use that to your advantage. Do you remember ever having a job where you were the closer on the shift and you had to do a final pass through your workplace and just make sure everything was closed down for the night? And then before you walked out, you turned off the alarm and locked the door. Yeah, you want to kind of do the same thing when you're closing down your house for the evening. So you're going to do a final pass through. You're going to make sure that there are no stray items, that nothing's out of place. Like, for example, this blanket, I could very easily just leave it where it is. And, I might have done that if we weren't filming a video, but you could, in the evening, as you're walking upstairs or toward your bedroom, just see kind of what's out of place, what needs that final touch up, shut off any lights, do any last minute kind of picking up, putting here, there. And that way you get to wake up the next morning without having that first stressful sign of a messy or untethered blanket. I also find like that nighttime shutdown, just shutting off the lights, making sure the pets are okay, just doing a final quick check of your appliances to make sure that nothing bad has happened. It just kind of gives you that locked in moment where you can breathe a sigh of relief and say, all right, now I'm at peace. Now I can get ready for bed. Now, you can't just go from rushing around and doing an evening routine, watching a very intense TV show that riles up your mind, and then getting yourself ready for bed. You kind of need that intermediary activity, that wind down. So whether it's taking a bath or meditating or journaling or, sometimes what I do is I catch up with some friends on my phone, whatever it is that you do to kind of wind down and give yourself that space between all the work that you just did to getting yourself ready for bed. Just find that activity that makes you feel chill, calm, relaxed, and ready. Then do your evening self-care routine and get yourself into bed. But that intermediary, that little break, that is so important in helping you get a good night's sleep. Here's the thing with routine videos, whether it's one that I've done or one that someone else has done. They sound great in theory, and you're like, I'm so happy for you that works, and maybe I'll try it. That's not the goal here. The goal is for you to think about what I'm saying and then think about how what I'm saying can transfer over or apply to your life and what you might need to tweak so that it makes sense for you, your family, your life circumstances. What you don't want to do is start collecting a million different evening routines and then thinking about making it enormous and like super awesome and then never doing any of it. I would rather you just take one little thing that I've mentioned today and start incorporating that into your evening routine and then building from there once you start to see some good results. So yeah, I want you to keep this simple, straightforward, and sensible for you and your lifestyle. And that brings me to this week's comment question, which is, what do you do to wind down before bed? Do you have a cup of tea? Do you take a bath? Do you read? Do you watch a show? Do you chat with your friends? Do you write, journal, meditate? I would love to know what you do. And I would like to think that I'm someone who really knows how to handle the before bed aspect of things, but I have yet to nail it. I really have to think through that routine for this new year. So I'd love to know what you do in the comments down below. Just a reminder, you can go to the cleanmyspace.com website and find a whole bunch of our ebooks and online courses, as well as a number of free resources, like tons of free resources and articles, and all things that are designed to help you clean easily and more effectively in less time. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Good night.